Hey guys, what is happening? Today we're going to be talking about Gwent, a new card game that I've got into recently. I'm going to mix and match Hearthstone content with Gwent because I feel that it'll give me less stress. Hearthstone is very stressful sometimes and it's nice to take a break from the content that I have been giving you and jump into a new game every now and again. We explored The Witcher and I thought what better to jump into than another part of CD Projekt Red's property in the Witcher franchise, Gwent, the card game. So, Gwent. This is your main title screen. It's how most of the gameplay will go out. So there's two modes on Gwent. You can play Arena or you can play Ranked, much like it is with Hearthstone. This is the mulligan that I'm going through at the moment, and I've got a very, very basic deck that I just set up. I really like the theme aspects of the game. That's what kind of drew me to Gwent. It's much more theme-based than what you would get out of Hearthstone. So this is a monsters deck, and the whole deck is built around that theme. The strategy for this deck is to play the Necker, which is what I'm playing now, and then copy the Necker with the 9-cost card that you can see in the bottom of my hand. It's the Necker Warrior. He allows you to copy a minion, and there's a synergy between copying Neckers that go into your deck and drawing them out. Basically, whenever a Necker dies, it'll spawn a Necker that's in your deck, and the Necker Warriors put Neckers into your deck to draw them for free. So you're kind of cheating out cards. A nice thing about the Neckers is that whenever a Necker comes onto the board, it boosts itself by 1 each time, and it also has an effect that it grows in strength as minions are consumed. So the idea is that you cheat the Neckers out in round 1 and you put Neckers into your deck to be pulled out by them dying and going into your graveyard. You can get extra value out of them by using cards that consume in your graveyard, and that will trigger the Neckers that are on board as well and point them up.
Insist.
The idea is that it will overwhelm my opponent. You can see the scores on either side of the board, and that's how you win in Gwent. You play 3 rounds and it's best of 3 who has the highest score in the 3 rounds. You can go 2-0, or most commonly matches will go 1-1 and then the winner will be in the final round. So I'm just maximizing value at the moment from my beasts. From my monsters, I should say. My opponent is playing the same class as me, so there are 4 classes, I believe. The one that you are seeing at the moment is Monsters versus Monsters, and there is many design archetypes that fit into Monsters decks. It's just that I am playing Consume. My opponent is playing a deck that drains your points from your opponent's cards. My strategy was I built a very simple deck just to get points out of my Neckers. I was hoping to win the first round and then use my silver cards, which is the Bruette in the bottom corner that you can see. Is a card that will pull the other two crones out of the deck and give me, I believe it's 22 points. So the idea was that we win in the first round, pull the crones for the last round, and hopefully swing the match. Very basic deck because we've only got basic cards. I will leave you with game footage and let you peruse the games that I have played. See if you have a feel and like the game yourself. So as I said, I really enjoyed the game. I thought the mechanics were quite interesting that I was playing around with. So I wanted to build a really cool deck. So you can see on screen, me and my partner busting some kegs for some cool cards. I really wanted to build a cool monsters deck, as well-rounded as it can be. So the idea is each pack that I was opening, I was trying to pull monster cards and trying to pull the ones out that I'd seen that had high impact in games. We're just messing about with the mic at the moment. Sorry I didn't capture some of this audio. I think my partner was a little bit nervous, so I just focused on us having a good time. But as you can see, the game is quite fun because if you open packs with a group of people, it's always interesting to see what they think are good, especially being as I'm quite a novice at the game. The basic idea was, like I say, just to pull powerful monsters and work on that synergy that I had seen and dabbled with myself with the consume side. I think that Gwent is good in terms of them letting you choose at the end. So what happens is you pull a keg like you can see on screen, you choose for your last card one of the rares that you get in your packs, you choose the one that you want the most. And it's really cool because you can see it gives you a counter to show you how many of that card that you have. I think there's a maximum of 3 copies you can play of a bronze card in one deck. So it'll show you if you have that 3 card limit, and it also lets you choose a rare that you don't have and lets you finish your collection, which I really like. I think that's way better than the way that Hearthstone do their content. It saves you having to mill your cards. Milling is an expression used in Gwent. In Hearthstone, it is referred to as disenchanting. So you have less of that because you build in your collection in Gwent. You do for Hearthstone, but there's a little bit of a crossover where you tend to collect a lot of the same cards and you have to disenchant. It's nice that you can do that in Gwent, but they give you an option to change the last card that you have and finish the collection off as you would progressively, rather than having to destroy and enchant yourself. I think I opened, I want to say 40 kegs, so I'll let you enjoy all of the juicy card reveals.